So you want to go into old school San Diego MMA, listener? You got to talk about Black Tiger. Black Tiger was a gym in Mira Mesa, right? Started by Vince Sobranos. Now, Vince Sobranos got charged with some type of child molestation or something like that, right? Like moved to China, started a Muay Thai organization. Now he lives over there teaching Muay Thai in China. Pretty weird story. But he sold the gym to a guy named Chris Getz. And Chris was a fighter. I watched Chris spar Paul Vadden, an old uh, San Diego junior middleweight champion. Around the same time Terry Norris was junior middleweight champion. I think they unified, but I can't really remember. And Chris was pretty good for the era that he was in. He was a old school kickboxing guy. But he wasn't very good at business, and didn't really have the personality to draw people in. But there was nowhere else to go in San Diego, right? The Murphs downtown kept opening and closing. There was a short-lived time where Lions that actually relocated to Chula Vista, right, with Ken Shamrock and all that. But that came much after Black Tiger, and it certainly didn't stay around as long. I remember seeing Manolo Hurricane Hernandez, who owns 10th Planet now in San Diego. Before that, it was called Team Awesome Hurricane or something like that. And Manolo's a good guy. Manolo looked at me. I came to spar at his gym, and he didn't know me from those days. But he looked at me and goes, I know you were really there because nothing but skinheads and Filipino guys were at a Black Tiger in those days. And, that's very true. It's very funny, man. I trained with Harry Vaccaro there. I used to train there when I was training with Marshall Hamill in North County, and we come down to Black Tiger. And then Marshall and I fell out, as inevitably happens in fight games with fighters and trainers. And I went to Black Tiger for one fight, and they treated me so badly. Like they blocked out my pictures on fight posters and stuff that eventually, I left there too. But that just shows like how rudimentary the game was back then and how awful things were. Like you had very few choices. Now, I mean, the choices are limitless. But all this predates the Joey days and the North County Fight Club days. And that's another one, North County Fight Club. I missed that entirely because I was either in prison or San Francisco. But they started a North County Fight Club. Jeff Clark and I don't know, his partner, they got into a monetary dispute, and then all those awesome fighters out of North County Fight Club, like Joey, like Jason Lambert, and everybody else. I think Dominic Cruz too. Like they all ended up having to go somewhere else because those two couldn't steep from stealing from each other. But listen, that's human behavior. Both my books, man, the criminal book and the martial arts book are very similar. Why? Because people are very similar. I don't care what industry you're in, legal, illicit, whatever. People are going to behave the same way, and that's just how it is. Black Tiger, man. Were you ever at Black Tiger, listener, or was that predate your time too? Everybody, yeah, definitely read my book, Warrior of the Light.